1965 was the moment the American muscle car truly exploded. What began as an experiment putting big V8 engines into mid-size cars quickly became a horsepower war across Detroit. Ordinary-looking coupes were now hiding engines powerful enough to dominate the quarter mile. Every manufacturer wanted to build the fastest car on the street and the drag strip. In this video, we're counting down 5 of the fastest muscle cars of 1965 machines that pushed horsepower higher, launched harder, and helped define the golden age of American muscle. Number 1. 1965 Buick Skylark Gran Sport. In 1965, Buick surprised the automotive world with a car that didn't match the brand's usual image. Buick had long been known for smooth, comfortable luxury cars rather than aggressive performance machines. But as the muscle car movement gained momentum in the mid-1960s, the company decided it was time to prove it could compete with the best. The result was the Skylark Gran Sport. The Gran Sport was based on General Motors' A-body platform, which already provided a solid and balanced foundation. But the real transformation came from the engine Buick placed under the hood. The car was powered by a 401 cubic inch Nailhead V8, officially rated at 325 horsepower. More importantly, the engine produced about 445 pound-feet of torque, giving the car exceptional pulling power at low engine speeds. That strong torque delivery made the Skylark Gran Sport particularly effective in drag racing. Unlike engines that needed high RPM to produce power, the Nailhead delivered immediate force when the driver pressed the throttle. This allowed the car to launch quickly off the line, an important advantage in quarter-mile competition. Drivers could choose a 4-speed manual or Buick's Super Turbine automatic. Both transmissions were supported by a reinforced drivetrain designed to handle the engine's torque output. Buick engineers upgraded the suspension with stronger springs, improved shocks, and a durable rear axle to maintain traction. Performance testing showed the results of these upgrades. A well-equipped 1965 Skylark Gran Sport could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 6.5 seconds and complete the quarter mile in roughly 14 seconds. For a mid-size car in 1965, those numbers were extremely competitive. Another factor that made the Gran Sport popular among racers was its tuning potential. The Nailhead engine responded well to adjustments in carburetor settings, ignition timing, and gearing. Many racers discovered that with careful tuning, the engine could deliver even stronger quarter-mile performance than its factory ratings suggested. Buick produced a little over 15,000 Gran Sport models during the 1965 model year. Although that number was smaller than some competing muscle cars, the Skylark Gran Sport quickly gained a reputation at local drag strips as a surprisingly powerful performer. Behind its calm and elegant styling, the car hid a powerful V8 capable of launching hard and competing with some of the most respected muscle machines of its time. Number 2. 1965 Oldsmobile 442. While Buick entered the muscle car scene with a bold surprise, Oldsmobile approached it with careful engineering and a clear strategy. The company had already introduced the 442 the previous year, but by 1965 the formula had evolved into a much more refined performance package. The name 442 originally described the car's configuration: a 4-barrel carburetor, a 4-speed manual transmission, and dual exhaust. But the real highlight of the 1965 model was its powerful engine. Oldsmobile installed a 400 cubic inch V8 that produced 345 horsepower and around 440 pound-feet of torque. At the time, this made it one of the most powerful engines available in a mid-size American car. Engineers designed the V8 with high compression, large valves, and a performance camshaft, helping it breathe better at higher RPM. The result was strong acceleration across the rev range. When paired with the 4-speed manual transmission, drivers could keep the engine operating in its most powerful range while accelerating through each gear. This allowed the 442 to maintain strong momentum during quarter-mile runs. Oldsmobile also focused heavily on strengthening the car's chassis. The 442 package included heavy-duty springs, upgraded shocks, stronger control arms, and a reinforced rear axle. These improvements helped the car remain stable during aggressive launches and high-speed driving. Performance tests demonstrated how effective these upgrades were. The 1965 Oldsmobile 442 could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 6 seconds and complete the quarter mile in the high 13-second range. Durability also played an important role in the car's success. Oldsmobile V8 engines were well known for their strong internal components and ability to handle repeated high RPM operation without failure. This reliability made the 442 attractive to drag racers who wanted both speed and consistency. As racers experimented with tuning adjustments, carburetor upgrades, and different gear ratios, the 442 became even quicker. Across drag strips around the country, it proved that intelligent engineering and strong construction could produce a muscle car capable of both speed and stability. Number 3, 1965, Shelby GT350. In 1965, the Ford Mustang was still a relatively new car. Ford had designed it as a sporty and affordable compact coupe, but legendary performance engineer Carroll Shelby saw something more. Shelby believed the Mustang could become a serious performance machine with the right modifications. His vision led to the creation of the Shelby GT350, a car that focused not only on horsepower but also on balance, weight reduction, and precise engineering. Shelby's team began with the Mustang Fastback and removed unnecessary components to improve performance. Sound insulation was reduced, and the rear seats were removed to save weight. These changes helped turn the Mustang into a more focused performance vehicle. Under the hood sat Ford's 289 cubic inch high-performance V8, officially rated at 306 horsepower. Shelby enhanced the engine with several upgrades, including a high-rise intake manifold, a larger carburetor, and a performance camshaft. These improvements allowed the engine to produce stronger power across the entire rev range. The GT350 was paired exclusively with a 4-speed manual transmission, giving drivers precise control over the engine's output. Shelby engineers also designed a special exhaust system that improved airflow and produced the car's distinctive, aggressive sound. Just as important as the engine upgrades were the improvements made to the chassis. Shelby installed stiffer springs, recalibrated shocks, improved steering geometry, and larger brakes. These modifications transformed the Mustang into a highly responsive performance car capable of handling aggressive driving. Because the GT350 was lighter than many mid-size muscle cars, its power-to-weight ratio worked strongly in its favor. The car could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 6 seconds and complete the quarter mile in the mid-14-second range. Although some competitors had larger engines, the Shelby GT350 demonstrated that careful engineering and weight reduction could produce impressive performance. It quickly gained a reputation not only as a fast street car, but also as a capable track machine. The GT350 proved that muscle cars didn't always need massive engines to deliver thrilling performance. Number 4, 1965 Chevrolet Malibu SS396 Z16. Among the rarest and most powerful muscle cars produced in 1965 was the Chevrolet Malibu SS396 Z16. Chevrolet developed the Z6 package as a limited high-performance version of the Chevelle, and it quickly became one of the most formidable mid-size cars produced by General Motors. At the heart of the Z16 was Chevrolet's new 396 cubic inch big block V8. The engine was officially rated at 375 horsepower, delivering massive torque that made it extremely effective during hard acceleration. Chevrolet paired the engine with a heavy-duty Muncie 4-speed manual and a reinforced drivetrain. These upgrades ensured the car could deliver its performance reliably during demanding driving conditions. The Z16 package also included significant chassis improvements. Chevrolet installed stronger suspension components, a reinforced rear axle, and larger brakes to help the car maintain control while accelerating and stopping. Performance tests showed the effectiveness of these modifications. The Chevelle SS396 Z16 could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in the low 6-second range and complete the quarter mile in the mid-14-second bracket. What makes the Z16 especially fascinating today is its rarity. Chevrolet produced only about 200 examples during the 1965 model year. Because of this extremely limited production, the car quickly became one of the most desirable Chevelle models among collectors. Despite its small production run, the Z16 played an important role in Chevrolet's performance development. It demonstrated the enormous potential of big block power and helped pave the way for future Chevrolet muscle cars that would dominate the late 1960s. Number 5, 1965 Pontiac GTO 389 TRI POR. No list of early muscle cars would be complete without the Pontiac GTO. By 1965, the GTO had already become one of the most influential performance cars in America and is often credited with helping launch the entire muscle car movement. Pontiac engineers had created a simple but revolutionary formula: place a powerful V8 engine into a mid-size car and market it as a performance machine. One of the most exciting versions available in 1965 was the GTO equipped with the 389 tri-power engine. The 389 cubic inch V8 used a special intake system featuring 3 two-barrel carburetors. Under normal driving, only the center carburetor operated, providing smooth, everyday performance. However, when the driver pressed the accelerator aggressively, the outer carburetors opened, dramatically increasing airflow and fuel delivery. This allowed the engine to produce significantly more power during hard acceleration. The tri-power setup gave the 389 V8 an official rating of 360 horsepower, along with strong torque that made the car extremely quick off the line. When paired with a 4-speed manual transmission, the 1965 Pontiac GTO Tri-Power could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 6 seconds and complete the quarter mile in the mid-14-second range. Beyond its impressive performance, the GTO had an enormous impact on the automotive industry. Its success showed manufacturers that there was a huge demand for powerful mid-size performance cars. As a result, other companies quickly began building their own muscle cars, creating the horsepower competition that would dominate Detroit throughout the rest of the decade. Even today, the 1965 Pontiac GTO remains one of the most recognizable and celebrated muscle cars ever built. The year 1965 marked a turning point for American performance cars. Manufacturers were no longer experimenting. They were competing to build the fastest machine on the road and at the drag strip. Cars like the Buick Skylark Gran Sport, Oldsmobile 442, Shelby GT350, Chevelle SS396 Z16, and Pontiac GTO Tri-Power each brought their own approach to speed, whether through massive engines, advanced engineering, or lightweight design. Together, they helped ignite the horsepower wars that defined the golden age of muscle cars. If you enjoyed this look at some of the fastest muscle cars of 1965, make sure to like the video, share your favorite car in the comments, and subscribe for more stories from the history of American muscle.